Joining me on the dais now is BYU head coach Kevin Young, along with Trey, Stewart, and Richie Saunders. Coach, when you're comfortable, if you just get us started with some general comments about the game.
Yeah, obviously hard-fought game. You know, they were down guys, and they had guys step up, which was exactly what you would expect. The show that Curtis Jones put on in the first half was pretty remarkable. You know, felt like no matter what we did, he was going to make a shot. So our guys did a good job of weathering the storm, and then you know, did enough on both sides of the ball, you know, down the stretch there to give ourselves a lead. You know, I thought Trey came in and played outstanding defense. You know, Richie's been, you know, really solid for us all year. Made some huge plays, made some huge free throws down the stretch, which is you know, something that we rely on. So I think the last thing for me, just big picture, I mean, to go 24 assists on 30 made shots is an incredible number. So I think that speaks to, you know, how unselfish our guys are, and they play for each other, and I thought that was on full display.
Okay, I think we've got a question here on the third row on the left for you, Coach.
Coach, I've got actually two for you. The first of all, talk about 50% from three-point range, 18 of 36.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a season high for us, 18 makes. I just told the guys in the locker room, though, you don't just show up to the gym and go 18 and 36 from three. You know, and it's not even just the shot making, it's how those threes are generated. You know, something that we, you know, pride ourselves on in terms of spacing the floor, in terms of trying to, you know, turn down a good shot for a great shot. Our guys have been that way all season, and so for them to do it, you know, under the bright lights here against you know, a defensive team that is obviously that's their hallmark. That was a really good, I think, carryover for us.
Okay, and then the second question is just initial thoughts about playing either Colorado or Houston tomorrow night.
Yeah, I mean, Colorado obviously, you know, came in here with, you know, some pride after having a disappointing part of you know, going through the conference slate. So, you know, they're playing with house money in a lot of ways, which can be dangerous. And then obviously Houston's a team who I mean, they speak for themselves. So for us, you know, we played them super early on. They were our first Big 12 road game, and they smacked us. And so, you know, we've grown a lot since then. You know, feel like we've you know, found more of our identity since that time. So whoever we play, you know, we'll try to go out there and be the best version of ourselves.
Okay, next one will be on the left side here on the front row.
Richie, Matthew Poston's Heartland College Sports, right here. So the three to put you guys up four with about 40-something seconds left in the game. Can you talk about the play, and just were you surprised at how wide open you were?
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit, but just Dawson Baker, he's an incredible passer. You know, he got the 2 feet, and luckily I was the one that kind of found a little window. But you know, just talking on that, the 2 feet is so key for us. You know, yes, we shot 50% from three or whatever. Like that's incredible, but it's because of the shots that we were taking, and those are like those kind of shots versus just off the dribble, or just like early shot clock shots. Like we had a lot of, we call them paint to great threes, and that was just one of them.
Okay. Let's go on the right side here on the second row.
Yeah, Kevin, no one needs to remind you how many turnovers you had up in Ames.
I know you would.
Only 10 today. What was different? Obviously, they were down a couple really good defenders, but what did you guys do different with the ball?
I thought we had more of a plan, honestly. I thought we were more organized. I mean, we had a hard time in that game up there, and it's a credit to their atmosphere. Honestly, it was so loud. It was hard to like orchestrate anything from the sideline. I thought our guys got a little, you know, discombobulated against it. But tonight I thought we had a little bit more poise. You know, like these guys just, like Richie just said, we played, you know, more from a position of strength than we did in that game. And I mean, look, but let's call it the spade a spade. I mean, Gilbert's one of the best defenders, and Lipsy. I think Gilbert doesn't get enough credit for how good he is defensively. So it was a different level of pressure for sure. But nonetheless, our guys executed.
Got one over here on the right side on the second row.
Yeah, Sean Walker from KSL in Salt Lake. Trey, I wanted to ask you about the defense in that second half, specifically on Curtis Jones. I think he's 3 of 10 shooting, only 1 3-pointer. What changed mentality-wise, I guess, with the team defensively?
Really, it's just like, I mean, KY said at the beginning of the season, our ceiling is going to be how we play defense. And he was cooking, I can't lie. It was fun to watch. He's a good dude. It was fun to play against, especially. So I really, love that defensive challenge. I said fun to watch in terms of, fun to watch that battle happen, not fun to watch him go off against us. But, yeah, really just taking pride. I mean, we come into the game every time to play harder than the guy in front of us. And I felt like we really took pride that second half and executed that.
Got one on the right side here on the about fifth row back.
Yeah, hi. Bruce Pascal, Arizona Daily Star. Kevin, I was just wondering, the big picture, this streak you guys are on, was there a turning point, and what happened to really kick things into gear the way you guys are playing right now?
Yeah, I don't know if there was a couple different things that happened throughout the year where I thought our guys took a step forward. There was a moment in Colorado where we were not playing well, and then the light kind of went off in the second half offensively. That stands out. And there was a moment at Central Florida in the locker room at halftime. We just felt like, we had to address our offensive toughness. And since those two instances, I think our guys have really played more to the identity that we set forth at the beginning of the year, and just kind of had to remind them what they said they wanted that to look like. And so that was it. And then I think it's a testament to, we play 10 guys. It's 11 when we're fully healthy, but, all these guys stay ready. We have unbelievable – this is the best practice team I've ever been a part of in my whole coaching career, and these guys show up every day, and they get better every day. And so when you have that type of growth mindset, I think you're able to just keep getting better and better as the year goes on, and as a coach, that's all you really can ask for.
Let's go to the left side here on about the fifth row.
Hi, Coach. You guys, both teams combined, to set a Big 12 tournament record for made three-pointers, which probably isn't too surprising. But what goes into that kind of shot making, and have you ever seen that kind of performance between two college teams?
Jones was a one-man wrecking crew. He was just caught fire, and like Trey said, it definitely wasn't fun to watch from our seat, but I'm sure from y'all's seat that was pretty spectacular. So credit to him for just being, a great individual performance. As it relates to our group, like I said, I learned this a long time ago when kind of the three-point barrage and analytic barrage kind of set sail on the NBA. I was working for the Sixers at the time. I'll never forget a meeting I had with Sam Hinkie, who was the GM at the time, and he showed me a heat map of basically over 1 million shots in the NBA and shot location, everything that's common knowledge nowadays. And I was like, okay, that's great. So how are we going to get these threes? He goes, I don't know. That's your job to figure out. And so I never forgot that moment. And so that's been sort of the backbone of trying to have an efficient offense for me over the years. And it's a credit to our guys for spacing, number one, being unselfish, number two, and then obviously being able to knock shots down at the end of it. So there's a lot that goes into it, for sure.
Okay, we got time for a couple more questions. Let's go over here on the right side on the second row.
Kevin, you've been hammering the depth all season long, and how do you think it impacted the game today, and also the contribution that Mihailo made for you guys?
Yeah, I thought tonight was a kind of the epitome of where our depth shined. Obviously they were down bodies, and so I thought in the second half, when Jones started missing some shots, I thought that was a testament to, Mawut wearing him out a little bit. Then here comes Trey, and just kind of going back and forth. And not just him. I thought Jefferson kind of got a little tired as well. All their guys, quite frankly. And so, and I just told our players back there, for us to be able to have 41 bench points, you can't scout everything, you can't prepare for everything, every play, every guy. And so it's a huge, luxury to have guys that can come in and step up and make plays.
Okay, our last question. Raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you if you like it. Okay, Coach.
Thank you all.
Thanks a lot.